years of war in Ukraine.
Its war with Hamas is over.
War. It's been a part of human society for thousands of years. Wherever you look into the past of humans, war will follow. It doesn't matter if you are in the middle of Europe just 100 years ago, or if you go back 1,000 years ago to the Middle East where the Crusades were happening. It seems as though war is simply a part of human nature. So when Russia decided to invade Ukraine in late 2022, there had to be some sort of consequences for their actions. So FIFA would ban Russia from all international tournaments and banned all of their domestic clubs from competing in European competitions such as the Champions League. This would cripple football teams in Russia financially. Teams lost a massive amount of revenue each year due to them not being able to qualify for these tournaments. See, even when Russia eventually regains FIFA's permission to be able to join these tournaments again, they won't be allowed to face off against Ukraine. And I don't think many need an explanation as to why this is the case. The two countries have been going at it since the fall of the Soviet Union, where Ukraine had become an independent nation, and Russia attacked them multiple times, even taking control of Crimea in 2014, as well as now invading the country in 2022. It makes sense as to why these two nations shouldn't be allowed to play in a football match. But that got me thinking, what other matchups have been banned by FIFA? In searching this topic, I found some very interesting matchups that were banned for one reason or another. So let's look into it. And before we do, I am not saying who is right or wrong in any of these conflicts. I'm just bringing you the facts. Spain versus Gibraltar. The small nation of Gibraltar is located right next to Spain, and its population is just above 34,000 people. The region of Gibraltar is 231 times smaller than just London alone. So what is the big fuss over this territory? Well, the reason Spain refuses to play Gibraltar is because it doesn't recognize it as a nation. And this is where things get tricky, because by definition, Gibraltar is a non-self-governing territory, and technically an overseas territory of the United Kingdom. Okay, let me give you the basics. Spain does not want to play Gibraltar because that would mean recognizing its independence. Spain wants to gain control over this area and talks with the United Kingdom to find a solution to take over the piece of land. But Gibraltar says they are self-governing and will never be a part of Spain. Although the tensions between these two countries are not as high as what they used to be, it's clear that Spain will always want this piece of land and Gibraltar will always refuse. And I doubt that will really be a problem, as Gibraltar's national team isn't known to be the strongest per se. They've never qualified or even came close to qualifying for a major tournament, so I don't think banning this fixture really affects football in any way. Armenia versus Azerbaijan. FIFA banned these two nations from competing against each other in 2007, citing security reasons as the primary concern. See, these two nations have been fighting since the collapse of the Soviet Union. What were they fighting over? A region in Azerbaijan called the Nagorno-Karabakh. See, I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but to give you the basics, this part of mountainous land has been contested by the breakaway state known as the Republic of Artsakh. Although they have declared independence, no actual country has recognized them. This unrecognized government has close ties with Armenia though. And finally, after decades of fighting in the region, Azerbaijan would finally be declared winners. And on the 1st of January of 2024, the breakaway Republic of Artsakh had officially dissolved. So who knows, maybe this fixture can be unbanned pretty soon. Kosovo. Actually, Kosovo is not allowed to play 3 nations, so we will be going over each one and telling you why the reason is. Kosovo and Serbia. In 2008, Kosovo would declare its independence from Serbia. And although over 100 nations would recognize its independence, Serbia was not one of those countries. In fact, it denies the independence claims to this day, stating that Kosovo is still a part of Serbia. This is a very touchy subject, and there was even a war over this. Known as the Kosovo War, in 1999, Yugoslavia, which is now Serbia and some other countries, had tried to ethnically cleanse the Albanians in the area. And that is the reasoning that NATO gave to intervene and start a campaign to end the war, bombing Yugoslavian territory until Yugoslavia and NATO came to an agreement on a ceasefire, ending the war. To this day, there are high tensions in the area, and for Serbia to play Kosovo would be to recognize the fact that it is independent and not Serbian land. So this would make sense as to why FIFA banned the fixture. Kosovo and Bosnia. Bosnia have chosen to take Serbia's side and also don't recognize Kosovo as its own country. FIFA would ban the fixture from happening as once again there's too much tension. Kosovo and Russia. And just like Bosnia, Russia has taken Serbia's side and also doesn't recognize Kosovo to be an independent country. So FIFA would also ban this fixture as well because of tension. And it seems as though only UEFA has bans for international fixtures. And I believe that UEFA may have made a mistake in banning all of these fixtures, and here's why. For one, UEFA is the only footballing body who bans fixtures. Taking a trip to Asia, you could see that the AFC doesn't ban any fixtures, even though this has pitted countries that have super high tensions against each other, such as South Korea and North Korea playing against each other in World Cup qualifications. Also, to further add to the point, China has played Hong Kong many times over recent years, even though China doesn't recognize Hong Kong as an independent state and still says they're a part of China. Still, the AFC doesn't care and puts them against each other. There are numerous examples from all around the world of two nations playing each other despite wars and territorial disputes. So I see UEFA as being a little soft compared to the rest of the world when it comes to this. But what do you guys think? Is UEFA being soft? Which fixture ban piqued your interest the most? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more just like this one.